Okay. I don't usually explain pieces. I'm not going to explain this one. Just know that if you're an artist, it's time to get back to your roots. Like he said, do what you got to do, respect the craft, and I'm going to give it to you the best way I can, but it's personal. I've been given a voice. And since the inception of my moniker, I've realized that I have a choice to sit back and watch things happen or evoke change with this thing, this so-called unorthodox style of rapping they call spoken word. I feel it's time folks heard more than pseudo-success, sex and vehicle respect while execs collect checks, only to cut you a small portion and consider that an ample means of rewarding you for bearing your soul to the world or whatever persona you chose to unfurl as a representation of your total self. Given you got your health and everything else in order, there is more money to be made on tour if you can get past this kind of sorters of this industry shit. But if you're fully equipped with all the outlets and limelight you need, then why would you still choose to breathe superficiality and greed? When you know the velocity of your rise to fame has become bigger than your name itself. It's not about what you can do anymore, it's about how fast you were able to get to show it. Didn't do too much reaping, but offered the chance to sow it. I've come to realize that as a man, I'm still growing. And if I stop now, I'll never even know if this ultimate gift from God was bestowed upon me to master things in life that occupy my sight, and I can barely stand to look at them. Or was I given this talent solely because I'm needed to be the middleman that blesses a palate with something fresh and different? Offer you alternative ways to dissect and analyze the way that you've become accustomed to living. That's not for me to answer or even be concerned with. Keep it moving time is in effect. And the more we neglect our purpose or what we're charged with, we will always be looked upon as hip-hop artists who never made it, traditional poets who couldn't take it and were never able to relinquish that constructed box that the media and patrons tend to think we love so much. My man Champ said, go ahead and touch the world with your speech, prophet. So I made it my goal to oblige his request. Made it my only option to uplift and teach instead of just watching. The decision was already made for me by a much higher power than myself. So it's time to tighten the belt and get back down in the trenches. Back to being mentioned in circles of scholars for higher level dissertations. Back to, shit. I never planned on my words being played on radio stations or bumped in cars in the summer to cause women to shake it. See, this that good old down home wisdom. They can't do nothing but cause you to open your mind and listen. I'm talking take the time to chime in with expressions of approval, because it just might be what you needed to help you get through all the things, all the rigors of everyday strife. I chose to love this life and not chase fame, money, or women. I chose to chase the carrot called living and dice it up piece by piece and release it to the streets as my own therapy. And like a double-edged sword, hope each and every person that hears it understands and doesn't fear it, because it was written for you, about you, to help you. I've invested too much time in analyzing you to think that this whole thing is about me. God said, here, take this young man and cover the world with your seed. And I know he's not talking about my seed of reproduction. He anointed me to bless the world with my seed of discussion. So let's talk.